What's up, Mr. Robbie?
What do we got here? Drake Shelton.
I'm gonna play you a little ditty there, my son.
Okay,
Let me get warmed up here.
that ought to do it.
All right, I feel better now. I'm a hard-working man.
It's like Garth Brooks. I see your roadie behind you. What is he? Is he getting you in tune?
He's tuning me up. What's up? What's the hangout?
He's tuning-
035 Jack
he's-
FM.
The Hangout.
The hangout. Dude, I kind of look good country.
Actually, you do. I don't know if you sound good country, but maybe you do.
I don't always wear a cowboy hat, but when I do, I make it look good.
But when I do, it's Blake Shelton's. I'll steal it from him.
Right on, man.
Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn. What do we got here?
I did. I ripped them off a little bit. I'd like them though.
I got my Telecaster back here. I was about ready to bust out some country licks for you.
Let's do it, brother. I'm kind of a big deal. Watch out now. So we've got an amazing show tonight. We've got the incredible, the lovely Miss Morgan Myles. But next Monday night,
Jeremy Popoff from Lit.
dude, that's gonna be so awesome, man.
Oh,
so
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Right
Jeremy's
behind them.
great. He's a great guy. He's got some cool stories, man. He's got some cool stuff he's done. Just, sitting and talking with him in the past, I'm like, man, this guy would be great for the show. He's just stick around.
It's gonna be a good time. So
And then
let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now and let people know that our hearts and prayers are out there with everybody who's affected by this. And hopefully that we can move forward in a peaceful and loving way.
Yep, I'm going to say happy birthday to my brother Michael. I don't know if you're watching. You should be, and if not, you can see this later. But yeah, and then the week after Jeremy, we've got Rage.
I feel
Goes
it.
by Rage.
Dude, he has worked with every entertainer known to man.
He's worked with a lot of people. He's done. He's worked with Guns N' Roses, which a lot of people go, ooh, Guns N' Roses. So just that alone.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, so I don't think we leave her in the waiting room much longer.
Nah, bring her in.
All right, so we have the incredible, the dear Miss Morgan Myles, who, obviously, brother, she big time. Look at this right here. Best country solo artist female, best video, best live country performer. She's it, brother. So let's go ahead and bring her into the room, shall we?
Bring her in.
All right. Ding dong. Who's there? It's Morgan. Morgan, what's up?
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
I'm good. Hanging in there. How's everybody?
Excellent.
Well, you got Nashville in the background, so I had to put the hat on. You know what I'm saying?
We do. And you're passionate about, maybe the lights will come. We're at twilight hour.
Perfect.
Nice. Nobody look at the bald spot. We're all good. Morgan, thank you so much for joining us on here tonight. Of course, it's the Hangout on 103.5 Jack FM.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys.
We love you. Absolutely. So, Morgan, it's been a long road for the last couple of months for all of us in this industry and the entertainers and trying to get into the studio and make things happen. And I heard that you actually just got back into the studio here recently.
I know, I did. I am so excited to be recording again. Yeah, that was like 2 days ago.
Look at you in the bare feet.
I know. I love that studio. I'm so blessed. My really good friends own this studio, and they let me come and record anytime there. And it's actually the old House of Blues studio, and it's
Really?
all hand painted and beautiful, and amazing records have been made there. And I just get to like hang out and do my thing. And I'm too blessed on that one. So yeah, we got back in the studio and recorded some things yesterday. Right before COVID happened, we had just had a tracking session, and all the musicians just kind of flipped out, and we're kind of just basically trying to go back and kind of fix what they just weren't mentally there. It was the day everybody was shutting down and everybody was losing their minds. So we're trying to retrack some things, to say the least.
Right. Right. I know Robbie's been hungry to get in and get some stuff done. You guys have been hungry. The impact that it's had on the music industry has been
Yeah.
unbelievable. Unbelievable, especially with not being able to tour, play live shows, and it's been an absolute nightmare for you guys.
It really has. I mean, that's how we make our money on the road now. It's not through actually making the music itself. So, yeah, it's like it's such a scary time for all, and we just gotta hang in there and figure out a way. But I don't think there's definitely a lack of like people wanting to go out and see live music. Nashville's now allowing some new music, like live music happening. So, but now there's other things happening. So it's just like, gosh, can we just get back to that place? I gotta say this, I'll never take for granted ever again, like a night that I'm tired and I'm like, man, I don't even feel like playing this show. I'll never, ever say that again.
Right. I'll bet.
Yeah.
Robbie, what about you, brother?
What about me? What?
What about you?
No,
I mean, has it changed your perspective as well?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back out on the road. When that might be, I don't know, but at least, I mean, I am in the studio. Fortunately, I have my studio in the house, so I'm able to keep busy. But I mean, as far as touring, like she said, the money is really in touring, right? For most bands. So it's
Absolutely.
like we're anxious to get out. But anyhow, it's not about me. Why don't we talk about Therapy, your last record that you put out?
You know what's so crazy about that record? I went through hell and back to actually be able to release this record. I ended up in a really bad management situation. I can't even really legally, I think, go into it, but it was bad. Personally, just completely broken down. And then on the other facet of it, just being very, very poorly mismanaged. And yeah, I was just in a really, really toxic scenario. I lost my cousin to brain cancer at 33. He was my best friend. He actually moved me to Nashville. We were just so tight, and it seemed like everything was happening at once. And then all of a sudden, the manager ended up getting fired. And so then my masters got tied up, which is the music that's out. And I went through a year of hell with legal stuff. And I mean, it finally was just like all of a sudden given to me by the investor of the management company, said, I know it's right. This music needs to be out. And he wasn't scared anymore. And I went, really? So I kind of just dropped it. I was just kind of like, it's coming. And I released it in January. And I really fought for the music because a lot of the music was written about my struggle through like really toxic situations. And then obviously I Believe about my cousin and all these songs that were so freaking important to me. I'm like, you don't deserve that. I wrote that music. You can't take that away from me. And so we released it, and then COVID hit, and it's like, this is definitely when music is truly therapeutic and healing. And I think at first people thought my record was like at least in the Nashville scene, right? I think some people would have considered it a little bit heavy, lyrically, like a little bit more on the heavier side of just not just like your poppy, nice, happy songs. Well, and there's a few of those on that record, but all of a sudden this music, I think, is very good for the scenario that we're in, and we need those empowering, inspiring, uplifting music. And that's what it is. Music is therapy.
Absolutely.
It absolutely is.
Let's talk about the Nashville thing here real quick, Morgan. And I know we've talked about this before, that maybe it's not as easy for you and for women in Nashville to get that recognition, to move forward, and maybe you're focusing more on being a singer-songwriter.
Yes, at the end of the day, I think singer-songwriter just defines me the best. If anybody doesn't really understand what's going on with Nashville for the past decade, they won't play women on radio. They say that women don't want to listen to women, and which is crazy. And they say that women don't sell tickets, and it's this whole thing. And so basically, I'm just to the point where I don't really want to fight that crazy game. It's just more of like, I just want to do what I love, which is making real honest music and sharing it with all of you. And it doesn't matter what facet or genre. I really have never believed in boundaries of a genre. I think as human beings, we're so multifaceted, and if you're a creative spirit, you're always wanting to try different things and whatnot. So to stay in a format is kind of insane, especially at this point. And I think the lives of streaming and everything. So yeah, I just kind of don't want those boundaries. I never even liked the boundaries of country, but you know, you move to this town, you're told to get a team and you're told to get these people and they start controlling you and blah, blah, blah. And that's not why I do music. And I've been down those roads and many a times. And, you know, it's really hard. It's tough. You don't know who to trust. You're trying to listen to constructive criticism. But you're thrown into so many different ways. And eventually you just become this puppet that you hate. And that's yourself. And you're trying to just break through that. And so I'm glad that I've just always kind of been through my own road. And I've, even when I thought I was compromising a lot to get there, I wasn't enough. So that said it the most. So I'm just happy to hopefully make the music that I need to make, that is vulnerable and genuine, that I can reach my fan base and keep connecting with more people. And that's what I want to do. And I don't care about country like music as a genre. I just care about music in itself.
Yeah, and just the most important thing is being yourself, really. So like when you're singing, I mean, the little bit of taste I heard, that grittiness, that seems to be real. That is who you are at your core. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do, because that's what works. And you know, I mean, as far as the bullshit that goes along with it, there's always a way. I always figured there's always a way. You just stay true to yourself and keep believing, and there's a way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I guess that's where it got back. Like, even when I thought that I still had kept a part of myself to cut like a certain song, it wasn't enough. And I was like, I just can't do it then, you know? And so, but I've always just had, for me, it's just, I had this weird soulful faith thing going, and we thought it'd be really great in country music. And again, it's just weird having as an artist to be this genre-based thing. And I think it's crazy at this point in the game with like where we are musically that it's even the thing. So that's why I'm just saying I'm a singer-songwriter. I make music from my heart. Whatever I'm going through, that's what I'm gonna make.
That's right.
You know, it's crazy to hear that they don't play women on Nashville radio, when I actually run a country station here in West Texas, and predominantly my listenership is male. So I don't understand why that would not play out. You know, as far as women not wanting to hear women on radio, we're a predominantly male driven listenership, a CUME.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all bullshit.
We actually just had one of our viewers type in, Brenda says, this woman wants to listen to any music that is good. Your voice and music is something I would listen to every day.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. That just made my day. Thank you.
And there's of course going to be a lot more of them out there, you know. So you always have the people that are like the power, they're trying to hold the power, you know, I got to hold on to my power, or whatever. I mean, look at Shania Twain. She came in from the outside, right? When she was told she couldn't do what she did, and she did it anyhow.
Yeah.
There's always a way to come back and go.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think here's the thing, like, I don't like the fact that we even have those boundaries. Like, that disgusts me. So I just have to like kind of go my own journey. And a lot of like my biggest thing is going through all these crazy situations and being completely hurt and, you know, just through the mud, you know, and like, oh my gosh, and this weird, crazy control thing. I just finally got to a place of like, what do I really want to do? Like, what does my music want to do? Like, what does it need? And I'm like, ultimately it is truly about connecting with those people, the people that matter, which is the listener, and that they feel that they're relating to me and that I'm being genuine to them, and that they can connect with me on a way that they don't feel alone. And that is why music is therapy. When you're isolated and really, really deep down in the dumps, you can't afford therapy. You can always turn on a track and go, you know what, maybe that girl went through what I went through. And then you start talking and having the conversation. And that's what I hope I can be, is just a vessel to being happier and finding that true self.
Right.
Yep.
So Morgan, let's talk a little bit about when you and I met and what you were going through then, because we talked a little bit offline, but I think it's important to share that you were having a really kind of a rough spell right then.
Little did I know the worst was to come after all this, but man, I've had all this shit given to me. I guess God only gives you what you can handle. Not to get like crazy God on you guys, but yeah. So I like was opening for Little Big Town. I wrecked this van that I did not own because I hit a deer in Minnesota on my way from Wisconsin to Nebraska and totaled it. So I'm like, I got to get to Nebraska. I'm like hell bent to get to Nebraska. So we get this independent owner passenger van to get to Nebraska. So I had to return it to Minnesota. I can't just go back to Nashville with that. I got to return it. So we get to Nebraska. We play the shows. Matt gives us, like, my band all tattoos because we're awesome. And then we drive all the way back to Minnesota to drop off this van. And I was supposed to have 2 cars for me. And they booked me for a different state. So I didn't have another cars. So now I'm at the airport. It's my tour manager's birthday. And I'm sitting there bawling. Like, I have no vehicle. I'm like, I'm never gonna go. And then I went into like sob story. Poor Dwayne. I was like, this is a sign. I'm not supposed to do this. And so finally, this girl from Avis walks up to me and she goes, honey, I think I can help you. I have a one-way Pathfinder and F-150. She goes, but let's hope it doesn't rain. And I'm like, girl, give me a tarp. I'm good. So we put all of our instruments in this. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And we drove all the way from Minnesota back to Tennessee. And we got pulled over within the first hour because Thad, my drummer, was driving 90. And of course, Dwayne was following him. So we got 2 tickets. And then we got camera tickets all the way. It was the trip from freaking hell. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to be the person that put you out there in Nebraska, but.
So not your fault. I'm like, I think we all have those. I mean, I have to say, prior to that, my worst experience was when I rented this minivan. I was opening for Kane Brown. We rented this minivan because it was just like a one-off. And I get a call. I'm from Tennessee, so we're on our way to Chicago. And in Indianapolis, I get a call from Hertz saying, ma'am, you need to turn around and stop the car. And I go, what? And they say, there's a loaded gun underneath the driver's seat.
Oh, no.
Yes. And I'm like, what? But I have to like open in like a couple hours. Like, I can't. They're like, okay, does anybody have a carrying license? Mind you, I have an all black band. I love them. They're all, I go, well, of course, one of them must know. No, not one of them. We're all freaking out. So we had to like Google how to like engage this gun and like move it into, I'm like, if we get pulled over, we're screwed. So that was the worst one prior to the deer one. But yeah, we've had a lot of just amazing times.
Right. So Robbie, she walks into the place that we're at up in Nebraska. She walks across, says, give me a double shot at Jack, walks up on the stage, says, to hell with my heels, goes barefoot, and belts out one of the best performances I've heard from a female artist ever. And I'm just like, and this is right after she gets done telling me, dude, I hit a deer. That's why I'm late. We're right here. And I'm just like, how do you do this, man? I mean, how do you pull this all together and go up there and turn it on? You know, it was amazing. Amazing.
You know, that's funny, the deer story, because we did the same thing. We hit a deer, totaled a van, barely got into a show on time. I imagine it probably happens more than you think. You know,
Right.
you're cruising around the
hate
country.
deer. I
What's
hate
that?
deer. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them with passion. And I love animals, but those suckers, they can go to hell.
Well, one did. So there we go.
Oh, no, they too. We had another one, but of course we had venison for breakfast that night.
Whoa. Made use of it, did you?
It was all, I mean, the thing went flying in front of us, all four legs in front of us, and we never saw it after that. I mean, we pulled up. It was crazy, but it happens. Deers get hit all the time.
I know.
So
Just lucky to be alive.
absolutely. Real quickly, Alexandra says, I'm a woman who is inspired by women singers. Please, dear God, keep doing what you're doing, Morgan.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
Absolutely.
you guys are doing, right?
So, Morgan, do you have a guitar anywhere near you?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Would you bless us with a little bit here?
Okay, this chair has arms, so okay. Let me move a little bit like this. Okay, which one are you guys wanting? Sanctuary, therapy, silence? What do you want?
You know what? I'm good with Sanctuary if you're good with that.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to church on this Monday then.
Let's do it.
Some days it's hard to believe in love at all. But I know salvation is real when I'm in your arms. Even in the darkest night, you shine a light, and I know inside. Oh, sanctuary, your love is the only shelter I need. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sanctuary, you're my refuge, my place of peace. We all need this song right now, don't we?
Yeah.
I know that there will be storms coming my way. You by my side, boy, I know I could walk through the rain. Clouds can't hold back the sun. You will rain when I come undone. Oh, sanctuary. Your love is the only shelter I need. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sanctuary, you're my refuge, my place of peace. Where the band comes in. Oh, no, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yes. Sanctuary. Your love is the only shelter I need. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, no, no, no. I don't know why. I mean, quarantine does weird things to the mind, so.
Right? You know, Morgan, I think you've heard the story of people that break wine glasses with their voice and stuff like that. I actually think you overloaded your mic to a point where Zoom couldn't even keep up with her, Robbie.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? Oh, man.
How
Oh,
incredible.
that was good though. It was good.
No, it was really good. We've
I
had
like
people,
the grit. I like the grit. Get the
right?
gritty thing going. That's the ticket. I'm telling you, that's the ticket.
Let's read off a couple of these comments for you here real quick, and then what I'm going to do is Morgan has actually said she'd give away a signed copy of one of her CDs. So Morgan, I'm going to let you pick which one of these comments gets the first copy. Okay?
Oh, you gotta put her on the spot.
I'm going to put her on the spot.
If you don't want to do it, one of us should do it. But if you're okay with picking it,
Right? So
if
the
not,
first one you're going to give away, I'm going to let you pick. Alexandra Cunningham says, "Oh my God, can I have your children?" Brenda Preston says, "You
Probably
just
me.
made my heart weep."
Oh.
Wow, huh?
Okay.
Robert Lawless, amazing. Luis Weiner says, "Thank you, Matt and Robbie, for introducing us to such an incredibly talented woman." That's awesome. Amazing, killer voice. Wow, took my breath away, and it goes on and on and on.
Okay.
I-
First off, I will give a free CD to all of them because I appreciate all of you. And if that needs to happen, I will. I did like the creativeness of the heart weep.
That's the one I would have picked. I would have picked
All
that
right.
one.
All
Yeah.
right. So Brenda Preston is the winner of the first CD that we're giving away tonight. All right. So, hey, Morgan, do me a favor, hon, because this is all real and we're just hanging out and talking. Give me a voice check for me real quick, would you?
Check, check, check. Am I
Yeah,
close enough?
Yeah, you blew your up again. Can we have you come out and come right back in for just a moment
Yeah, that's fine.
to get your mic to reset for us?
Let me leave my big old voice here.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, thank you. Did I tell you?
Yeah, when she gets the grip, man, I tell you, that's the ticket. That's the ticket.
I'm telling you, brother.
It's what her voice naturally wants to do. And if people are telling her not to do it, they're telling her the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. And I'm sticking to it because it's right.
It is
because
right.
that's what she's doing. That's what she naturally does. Why would you try and change that?
Yeah, there's no reason for that to be changed.
Nope.
Hey, are you back?
I'm back.
I'm back. All right. Sounds a little bit better.
Yes, I mean, you guys keep sounding fine to me. I think it's just maybe it's just like the room I'm in, or
Well,
I mean,
no,
it's so nice when we don't have to do this anymore. We're like live.
Well, I'm going to bring you out here. I want to keep doing this forever, hopefully.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I think once now that there's all this technology, it's just like figuring out the best way to do it. I probably need like a little studio in my house.
Right? Robbie's the only one of us that have that.
Yeah.
Spoiled a little bit, I'd say, but yeah. So Morgan, let's talk about, okay, so you've come up, you've played with some big names. You played with Reba, you played with Hank Williams Jr. Robbie was happy to hear that you shared a stage with
Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Tell us, how surreal was that for you? I mean, obviously,
cried all day. It was so stupid. I was like playing with I was on it was Pilgrimage Festival, which I can't believe I got to play this year. And they gave me like custom fry boots, my initials, and I was having a hell of a day. And me and Bridget played Lauren Daigle, who I'm like totally fangirling on, like so crazy because her record helped me with like my cousin's death. And then and a bunch of my friends actually play for Lauren. So we were like in catering together and I was like, oh my God. And then it was Foo Fighters at the end of the night. And it was just totally like, okay, this is why I do this. These moments, I just felt like in such amazing company that I just needed. So.
Yeah.
Right. So
Cool.
Reba. Let's talk Reba.
Nicest person. Everything that you think that you want her to be, like you see, is what you get. Like she came up to me and literally was like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" Like she doesn't have to do that. Like, you know, like I'm just back. Like obviously, you know, she has to talk to so many people, but her camp by far are like my mentors and like my dads of the music industry now. Because this happened like a decade ago, I think, or like 8 years ago that I went on tour with them, and just such good freaking people. And I believe that's truly why she is where she is. Like, I mean, I think people that really treat their teams and their camps and their musicians well, they stay loyal, and the good energy and the positivity just keeps going. And but 100% Reba's the queen, and it's because of her heart.
True. Very
Right?
true.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. I think we're going to bring in our producer real quick. I think she's got some questions for you.
Oh boy.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh no.
Let's
This
see if
is what
she's
gets
there.
weird.
Right? Yeah, hopefully it's not briefs or boxers like the last one.
Yeah, Robert Lawless.
We know who you are, Robert.
I mean, briefs or boxers for a woman. Be like,
Yeah, it wouldn't be that.
All right, let me see if I can get her in the room here. This is all, you know, we're
New.
faking it as we go.
Tech.
Right? Is this thing on? Hello?
Is my background thing looking cool?
It is looking cool.
It's looking very cool, actually.
I like it.
So you're in downtown Nashville right now,
That's
right?
a great place for a band photo or a photo. You know what I mean?
No, and it's like he's got this all around too. Like he's got this really cool, like all that and
Look at
stuff.
that. Nice.
Wow.
I know. But at first when we started, it was like the sun was creating all this problem. So now it's like the light is.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go home now. I feel ashamed of where I live now that I've seen that.
I know. Don't worry. I live in Hendersonville. This is why I came over to Jimmy's. It's like, look how cool this is.
Jimmy's got the
I
goods.
just hijack people's houses so that I look way cooler than what I am.
So we're waiting for A-Dub. Why don't we talk about you sang many a times the national anthem. Why don't you talk about some of those experiences?
Oh my God. You know how much of a rush it is to sing the anthem first off?
I don't know. I guess I couldn't do it.
Only because everybody knows the words, and if you mess it up or if you just do it a certain way, you're going to get a little bit of like backlash. So my very first one was Gillette Stadium for the Patriots versus the Houston Texans, and I was supposed to be broadcasted, and everyone was actually taking the knee, so NFL took it down, so I was not going to be on it, and it was crazy because all of that, but I was so naive, you guys, that I didn't have in-ears, so they gave me earplugs, and so I've never. Like, I think I was like hyperventilating. So I'm walking out there. My face is like this because the videographer was like, look at your resting face. Like I was like I'm on in front of the entire state. I'm like so nervous. And then they tell me that the rockets are going to go off behind me. Like right as I'm walking up, and I have this huge security guard walking me up. And I am like literally, he goes, and then there's going to be rockets, and then I'm going to give you a tempo. And I was like, a tempo to the anthem? I was like, no, don't give me a tempo to the anthem. No.
Yeah. Whoa.
I got through it. And so then every anthem from that has been easier. Like we did Red Sox, but I get to the Red Sox, Fenway, it is pouring out. So I'm getting pelted in the face with rain. And it's still like we're still going on with the game, but it was so funny. If you watch that video, that anthem, the catcher keeps turning around, like losing his mind as I'm singing, which was total compliment. Thank you, but it made me laugh so much. Oh my Lord! I mean, a NASCAR. that was crazy. That like it was so loud. Like they're all getting those engines running, and then they're like, "Okay, go."
Right.
Oh my god! Oh my
Right?
god! But you know, and really, it's this like agony of like, are you gonna just sing it right? That's what it is. And the note. Like if you start, but granted, I have such a really, really high range. One time I got so overheated and I started literally up here. Oh, say, and I guess like everybody was like, oh shit. And I literally made it somehow, but I was drenched. I was just like, I'm dying. And I literally left right away because my phone actually, somebody was videoing with their phone, my phone, and it got overheated. I was like, I should not be singing right now. Nobody needs the anthem with this hotness. This is not cool, guys. So, but I made it. So,
All right.
yeah.
Most embarrassing moment on stage.
I don't know if I've had, like, I'm sure I just don't remember them. But
You block them out, do you?
the one that I really remember that was just like awful was I just moved to Nashville and I was playing with this band called Box of Rocks, ROX. Yes, you're welcome. I answered a Craigslist ad and we're at this biker bar playing and some guy came up and started peeing basically himself right next to me and he was trying to shake his
Are you serious?
I mean, now that we're tapping into that, I have a lot of those stories. Like it's being like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've had so many. I've never fallen though, but I know it's coming and I need to stop worrying about that. But I have not like just completely ate shit. So
Right.
and I wear heels, like I do the whole Tina Turner thing. So I'm like, how that has not happened is actually now I'll fall on my ass as soon as I get off the stage. But like
Right.
there's something about somehow I save myself every time. So
I don't think I've ever seen you perform with shoes on.
oh well that's well, yeah, there's those moments too. That just means my feet freaking hurt and I'm done.
Robbie, do you kick your heels off in the middle of performances too?
Oh, well, yeah.
All right, our producer says she's ready to come in here. Let's see if she can connect here. Let's try this one more time. Let her come in.
If not, she could just give us there she goes.
Here she is. Turn
There
your
you
microphone on, A-Dub.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing? You got a couple questions for Morgan?
I do. The first one is from Lewis. He wants to know, who is your biggest influence?
Oh man. Can I just go with my mom? Just kidding.
That works.
It's so hard because I'm so influenced very easily, but I do have to say, my guitar teacher made me learn Janis Joplin and Bonnie Raitt the first time, and guitar was kind of the struggle for me, like learning how to play an instrument and stuff. And so I gained so much respect for soul and combining your heart with what you're playing through him telling me how to combine an instrument, your arm, your all these things at the same time coming together. That's what it needs. So I think those two ladies had a big thing for me because they're just so connected.
Now, is your mom a singer?
No.
Oh, okay.
But she's like honestly one of the like best human beings ever. So I would just say, like when people go, who's your biggest influence? Like my mom.
Okay. That's fair. Maybe you should have asked musical influence.
Yeah, musical guys, musical.
Well, the second one I got is from Robert Lawless, and he wants to know what you do on your off time.
Well, quarantine.
That does change things. Yeah.
But no, honestly, quarantine or not, I'm typically just on the boat with my parents. I am a huge family person, but I just love water skiing. Yes, it's a dying form. I'm still doing it, guys. Welcome to the 90s. But yeah, that's what I do. I love my dog and I love being outside and canoeing and all that kind of stuff. So if I on my off time, it's pretty much that, because I spend my life like in venues. So like typically I don't like, and I love cooking and being out on the lake and grilling, like all that vibe, all that good stuff.
Awesome.
You got another one, A-Dub?
No, that was the last one that I had for her, but I'm gonna ask some more because I know she had some more stuff to give away.
Okay. So, I mean, during quarantine time, I find myself speeding into the kitchen, running upstairs. What else? Going to the other living room and going into the studio. So, you know, there's a lot of activity going on around here. Sometimes I even go outside into the backyard.
Yeah, on a good day.
On a good day.
You know, pray when it rains that we can only, you know, survive.
Yeah.
Did she have a question? I think we lost some people.
I don't think she does. You know, we should talk maybe about your USO tour coming up. Is that on?
The USO tour.
It is on.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about this. We are actually able to still do this in Japan in September. We are going to go and support the troops. We've got about 10 shows in Japan, and we're going to go root them on and keep morale up, which honestly, if this is what this year's about, I'm just happy to do it. And we were supposed to go to Australia after that. I don't know if that's still on, but at this point, I'm 100%. And I really want to write a song with the troops. There's this cool thing that we can write songs with soldiers. So I'm going to try to do that before we go too. So I'm just all about whatever we can do this year to keep everybody's spirits as high as we can. I mean, that's what music's about, you know, and that's our job at this point. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We got to like just do it, you know, got to survive.
Yep.
Right.
Roaring 20s.
The roaring 20s. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Hey, you know, you're right.
Right. So you
got to look to the positive side of it. That's what I keep doing. I'm like, there's always something somewhere.
You can find something in every day. You can. And it's so easy to go the negative right now. So it's like challenge yourself to go, well, what is actually working for me? And there's a lot.
And there is a lot. You know, the thing is, a lot of people, I'm hearing all this depression or whatever. I mean, for me, I haven't felt it at all. I mean, I've been just like, kind of like, you know, I'm getting more family time. I'm getting more studio time. Yeah, I'm not touring. Yeah, I want to be touring. But I mean, there's just a lot going on, able to write, able to record. I mean, there's just a lot of positive to look to, because it's there if you're willing to look for it.
Yes, I agree.
So
cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers. And look at this. Me and Matt get to hang out every Monday.
I know. I'm jealous.
What do you got in there, Matt?
Can I be one of the producers? I'll just say, what's up, guys?
There you go.
Absolutely.
You got to be drinking a lot, though.
I got a little rum and Coke in here is what I've got.
Is that what you got? Okay.
A little rum and Coke.
I've been doing wine the last couple of weeks.
Me too. Guess what, guys? I've been doing this thing called Women in Wine Crush Wednesday on my Instagram, which is Morgan Myles Live. Everybody should tune in because it's awesome. I get a wine expert, and then I get like a female artist that I'm like love, and we just get on and we drink wine. They give us like the wine that we're supposed to be tasting and stuff. I am learning so much. Nashville girl that only like was used to like, you know, like the boxed wine at Tootsie's and crap. Oh my God. What? I love it. I'm like so much happier. I'm like, what have I been doing to my stomach for like the last?
Have you ever been to a winery?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But like you get the wine the one time. We're learning about how to get like a $20 or less bottle of wine at Kroger. Boom, anytime. That's what I need.
So you mean a good bottle of $20 wine? A good
Yes,
bottle. Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And it's about these grapes and it's about the region and all this crazy stuff. And you're like, what? Yeah.
See, I'm a Moscato guy. I'm a cheap wine guy. Cheap Moscato.
So the other night I was talking about that, but it's like, have you ever had Muscat?
Had what?
A Muscat.
Not a Moscato, but a
No.
Muscat.
And it's actually, yeah, I'm gonna end up being like a total wine snob after this.
You can ask,
Do you have this? Thank you.
what are you drinking? No, that's no good.
Do you do the whole sip and smell and spit and
No, but I could end up being like that.
I never understood all that. I used to go to dinner with people and they'd sit there for a half hour smelling and looking and I'm like, just drink it.
It's like, drink the damn thing and eat
Changing
the
the room.
steak. Eat your steak and drink your wine and shut up.
It's like we're at Outback. You're not going to get a good wine. Just eat,
Right.
eat drink.
It'll cost you more than a good wine, but you're not going to get a good one.
Right? So Morgan, I know the answer to this, but this person evidently doesn't. They said that they noticed that you were talking about how I gave your band some tattoos at my shop up in Nebraska. And they want to know, does Morgan have any ink?
I don't. I
She
actually said
refused.
no to Matt. Yeah, I said no to Matt.
Yeah, broke my heart.
Well, it was okay. So it's a thing with the respect to my dad and my grandfather. I was going to get, when my grandfather died of brain cancer, I was going to get Le Poisse en avant right here. And it means to push forward in French. I'm French. That's like our background. And in his crazy handwriting, but right before he died, he was like, "Are you insane?" So it stuck with me. And I think it was just one of those things of like, you know, a respect. Like I just want something, if I ever get something, it's super meaningful. And since he didn't really condone it, then it shouldn't be for him. Like maybe eventually it'll be for something else that means something, but it has to be super meaningful for me, you know? So I don't.
I'm in the same boat. To each their own. I mean, it's great. People have tats. I know lots of people who do, but
Yeah.
I don't have a tattoo, and I've just never really, it's never been my thing. So I just can't see it. And I don't like needles.
So
There you go.
I want a surety right now from both of you, especially Morgan, because Robbie, I'm going to get you talked into one sooner or later. But when you choose that tattoo,
Okay.
I get to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Absolutely. And it would be a great time and it would be sentimental doing it with you. So.
And if I do, I'll consider you. But seriously, I mean, I turned down one of the biggest rock stars in the world for getting tattoos. I mean, I was like, no. So you're going to have a hard battle.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute Robbie now because I control his audio. Be nice to your brother. Oh, no. Godzilla. He's not muted.
I'm going to make you look like the bad guy.
I always have been. It's okay. So Morgan, talk a little bit about your daily social media stuff that you're doing, because your therapy sessions during the day are phenomenal. And the talking, I want to talk about the fact, and I was sharing this with Robbie, that you've got the milestones, which is your family, your followers and people that are watching, that you have us saying certain little things as far as lines or words or ideas to write a song.
Yes. Okay. So there's this awesome thing, and really anybody can join up at any time to continue the song. Hookist is this new thing called, it's at hookist.com, hookist.com. They approached me because I'm like, how could you ever possibly write a song with like all your fans because of like publishing and administration and stuff? So they have this thing where you go on, you submit your lyrics, and we're writing a song right now. And we've gotten most of the chorus, the first line of the verse. And the song's called Contagious. We're brainstorming through this whole thing of how to make a word like contagious not toxic, and actually something, and like twist it. So we're every day on my mornings with Morgan, we talk about gratitude and everything. And then we actually go through the brainstorming process of creating a song. And then you just go and submit the lyrics. And at the end, I will record and I will put this out on iTunes and all Spotify and all that great stuff. So it's been really fun. It's been interesting. It's like really, I mean, people have really, really great input, and it's really fun to do, especially with my fans. And at the same time, we're writing a song that's something that is so what we need. Again, music is therapy, and that's what all this is about. So every morning we wake up, we try to set our intentions as best we can, because life is not normal right now. And we write this song together for the next couple of weeks. And yeah, that's what we're doing. I play some music on Therapy Thursdays. We do any song request from my album or any originals, like you have Matt and tuned in. So tune in on my socials, Morgan Myles Live, every day at 11 Central Time. Tomorrow I won't be doing it because of Blackout Tuesday, but any other time I'll be there.
Absolutely.
Contagious is not negative, right? I mean, there's so many ways contagious. Contagious.
So it's amazing what they came up with. This wasn't really me, but it's like, only love can save us. Let it be contagious.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the vamp is. So I'm just like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, what I was thinking. Love is contagious. I mean, friendliness. I mean, you could come up with a zillion things that can be contagious.
Kindness and I love twisting words like chaos and all these things that are going on right now and making them positive, and like they're killing it. So join in on the fun. It's actually really cool, and people are really liking to hear like a songwriter's thought process, I guess, because I'm like, I didn't even know it was like this. I'm like, bear with me.
It's actually given me a new perspective on the process. Being somebody that, I don't do a whole lot of that, so I'm the guy that's spinning the records, but seeing the process and then the breakdown and how you morph this and twist these ideas, and it's actually really cool. You got to tune in and enjoy it. Absolutely.
I'll check it out.
Good.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of chaos, real quick, chaos is a ladder. Anybody know where that comes from? Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder?
Come on. Game of Thrones.
Oh.
What's his name?
Winter is coming.
No, chaos is a ladder.
Yeah, winter was coming. I'd get it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, what's his name? Use it, Littlefinger. Yeah,
Littlefinger?
Yeah, before they killed him, chaos is a ladder.
Watching Game of Thrones again.
No, I stopped. After that last season, I was so disappointed I can't watch it anymore.
I know.
It was the greatest show in the history of ever. And then when that last season happened, I went, ugh.
They wrapped it up.
Really?
Like, not that you would ever wrap it up.
It was just so bad. I was just so
But he wrapped it up in the way that we'd all want it to wrap up, like technically, and like, but we knew that's not how he would wrap it up, and that's what hurts.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows I've actually never really watched.
It is so good.
Gosh.
It's unbelievable. It's so good until the last season. And the last season just drops the ball so bad that it just, I can't watch it anymore. And I love that show. I think it is really the best story ever written. It is so good. In my opinion, it is so good. I was just like, wow, we watched the seasons. How many times did we watch it? Over 5 times. I don't know. We watched it a bunch. It's a family thing. It was, except for my daughter, she was too young to watch it. But
yeah, that's why he knows like weird lines that no.
What's that?
Why like these crazy lines that you're like, don't you get it?
When you said chaos, I went, chaos is a ladder. It's still Littlefinger.
I thought you were going to like
quickly. Watch it up to the last season and then just don't watch it.
All right, I'll watch it. I promise. I'm stuck on Alone right now. Hi, person in the striped shirt.
Oh, hi person. Oh, you can see Jimmy walking around.
Yeah, you can see the reflection in the window.
Saying hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Damn it, put on some pants. No, I'm just kidding.
Jimmy, you're on video. Put your pants on.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, Morgan, you know I love you. I appreciate you so much for coming on here. Honestly, we really do.
Well, I love you guys. I can't wait to hopefully come to Texas and see you there.
I'm going to make that happen. We've talked about that. I'd
Yeah.
love to bring you to town. And I think from the outpour that we've gotten from our Jack FM family here, they definitely want you. So,
well, guys, I'm ready to come sing my ass off and party with y'all whenever we're allowed to do that.
Right. And the second CD that you're going to give away, I think we've got to do it to Alexandra Cunningham.
Right,
Okay.
Because the "Can I have your baby" comment just killed me.
Oh,
What do
can
you
I
think?
have your baby? Yes.
That was,
he deserves
I mean, no, come on. You can't do that.
Yeah, it killed me.
female saying, "Can I have your baby?"
Yes. Can I have your children?
If she was my daughter, I'd be like,
Yeah.
who is the guy?
All right, Morgan. So I'll get the details from you on how to do all that, and we'll make all that happen after the fact here. But I look forward to staying in touch with you, and let's get you out here as soon as possible.
I love it.
All right. Thanks, Morgan. Appreciate you.
Stay positive. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Keep sharing that gift. All right. Thanks.
Try. The good Lord gives me.
That's right. That's
Bye.
right. Bye. All right, Robbie.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm telling you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you might need another glass of wine to get you right to that perfect point. Because I'm seeing the look on the face.
No, I'm good. I usually do one glass. That's it.
Seeing
one
seeing
glass,
little,
one glass once a week.
once a week, a little bit of the red around the eyes. What are you gonna fluff yourself in the? All right, brother. We're gonna do this again next week.
We are. We're gonna have Jeremy Popoff
Jeremy Popoff from Lit.
from Lit.
You almost have to say it in an English accent, don't you?
Other than the fact that he grew up right around here, Jeremy Popoff is a.
So I should be Valley.
No, I would say in his case, no. I mean, the dude's just straight up cool dude. I mean, I like him. I mean,
Right on.
I actually only met him once. We went to a show. We were playing in, I don't even remember. I want to say New Mexico, and they had 7 nights of bands, and they were on the night before us. So the night before we got into town and they were playing, and me and Tony went over to the gig and watched the show, and then went backstage afterwards and said hello, and then we ended up hanging out and just ended up talking to him, exchanged numbers, and I thought, man, this guy is just really cool, and he's got a lot of great stories. So when we started doing this, I thought, man, this guy will be great for the show. He's done
Right.
a lot of stuff. Their song was a #1 single, I think 1999.
Absolutely.
It's just
Absolutely.
he's done well for himself. He's a smart guy, and he's just really cool. I mean, very level-headed. It's just we're gonna have fun tomorrow. Next week might be a tequila week.
Yeah, right. I'm giving myself a facelift. That didn't look good at all. I got jowls, dude.
I think you just need to put that hat back on. The hat looks good.
All right, hand the hat. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Look at that. The cowboy look looks good. See, that's
kinda
what
pull
I'm
it
talking
off.
about. It kind of gives you a little bit of a lift. And it
just
gives
need
you
some-
the nice hair.
Need some tape in the back of my neck. Go Hollywood on this. I can't believe we're talking about this still. on the
People
show.
don't give a crap anymore. They're just like,
Right.
whatever. Real's real.
All right, so let's give a huge shout out to our production team, man. They work hard trying to make this happen because this format is not made to work this way, and we're trying to backdoor and shove and do things that I can't believe. So Patrick and A-Dub, hats off to you.
Yeah, hats
No
off
pun
to you.
intended.
Backdooring, he'll backdoor you later.
Whoa! Slow down on the wine, cowboy. This ain't Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, it isn't? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, I'm not judging, but just not me doing it.
Coco wants to say hi. Come here. Say hi, Coco.
Hi, Coco. What kind of dog is that?
The pit bull.
Pit bull? Nice. Nice. Our dog is Bella. Pit bull and
Bella.
lab. Then we got to give a huge shout out to a brother of ours, Luis Maldonado, because I know he's tuning in tonight.
Oh, is Luis there? All right, Luis. Woo.
Luis from Train has tuned in, and I hear somebody else out there. What is going on?
Should have brought Luis into the conversation.
Well, I didn't see him snub in like that, but he definitely told me he'd be watching tonight. So,
Okay, would have been great.
All right.
It's always a good time. He's endearing.
Well,
He's charming. He's endearing.
right?
Yes.
He is endearing. All right, let's wrap it up, brother. What do you say?
Wrap it up. Okay.
Let's go get our drunk on.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm done
But-
at this point.
All right, we'll see you next time, brother. All right, hang out. It's 103.5. It's Jack FM. It's Robbie. It's Drake. It was
It's
the hangout.
hangout.